Good morning, YouTube. So I woke up here. I'm at Eagleville, Iowa, at this Love's truck stop, and I'll be panning the camera around here in a minute. It's about 10:30 in the morning, and so the first drop that I have here delivers at 1 p.m. So, and I'm 91 miles, so that's going to take about an hour and a half or so to get there. So I want to get there a little bit early, but not, if I left right now, I'd probably get there at noon, which would be a whole hour early, so I'll probably hang out here for another half hour before I move on. But anyway, I'm going to pan around. This is interesting. You get up in this part of the country, and for some reason there's lots and lots of fireworks for sale, and I've never figured that out. How do these places selling fireworks stay in business? Who is, in other words, who is buying all the fireworks? That has always amazed me, that in certain areas of the country, fireworks save up to 80%. I'm looking at a thing up here. They also sell gas. That particular one does. So it's also a convenience store, but I don't know. It's kind of odd, but you do see that kind of in, especially in Missouri, in northern Missouri, you see lots and lots and lots of fireworks for sale. These big fireworks stores along the interstate. It's weird. So I'm standing here next to my truck, and over on the other side of the freeway you can see that. You should be able to read that. It says Shelton Fireworks. No smoking, Shelton Discount Dip Fireworks. And you can see that the place is actually open. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 4 vehicles over there right now. So the place is actually open. So I don't know who buys that stuff. So there's one right there, and then if I pan on around, now that one's going to be a little harder to see. That you see the big Love's sign sticking up. Well, to the right of that, it says Phillips 66 Fireworks save up to 90%. So there's 2 places right at this exit, and this is rural northern Missouri, along Interstate 35 here. You see 2 places right at this exit that are selling fireworks. And I don't know, I just don't understand. I've never been able to understand the fireworks, and how do they stay in business? It doesn't make any sense. Maybe getting a little wind noise. I've just arrived in Des Moines, and it turns out that this is a warehouse for a medical center that I'm delivering to. So right now I'm kind of parked here on this street. It's kind of like a little side street type place. I'm up at the front of the truck now, and I just panned the camera around. The guy came out and popped the seal, so now I'm waiting for their truck to get out of the dock. But you can just see that this is a sort of a quiet, sort of probably zone, sort of light industrial neighborhood. So I'm sitting right here in the street with my emergency flashers on as I wait to back into their single dock. I've arrived at the company yard that they have here in Omaha, and you can see the trailer that I was pulling is I've already dropped it and I've parked beside it. And so far, I sent a message on my Qualcomm, and so far they haven't responded. Sometimes it might take them a few minutes. It's 5 minutes after 12 according to the GPS right there. And so that means that they're probably fairly busy, because the office people, the daytime people, are probably either gone or they're in the process of leaving. And so the night dispatch is kind of manning the phones at this point, and things have a tendency to get very busy at right around 5 o'clock or so, and then afterwards. So in any case, I'll just pan that on around, and you can see that there are a couple other trucks here. But there are no empty Schaefer trailers or reefer trailers, because that's what I'm interested in, is the reefer trailers. That's what I pull, and the few reefer trailers that are here are already loaded. And it's always possible that they will give me, they'll assign me to one of those loads that's already here. That could happen. But I don't know that until they actually send something, or they may send me somewhere to pick up an empty trailer, since there are no empty trailers here, at least at this point. So right now, what ended up happening, it took a long time before they sent me on kind of several wild goose chases trying to find an empty trailer, and I came up empty-handed. And so they sent me to a place in Omaha, and I ended up picking up a crate trailer, a dry box trailer, and so that was already preloaded, and so I was able to pick it up. And so I came back over here. What we're looking at is the Sapp Brothers, the fuel islands for the Sapp Brothers truck stop here in Council Bluffs. Council Bluffs, of course, is just on the other side of the river from Omaha, downtown Omaha. So, but it started snowing when I was coming back from, across town, back over here to Council Bluffs. After I picked this loaded trailer up, I noticed that it was snowing. And so you can see that it stuck a little bit, and it's kind of on the windshield. I think it stopped now, but the windshield still got, still wet. And you can see where it kind of stuck a little bit on the pavement there. Mostly it just melted. So in any case, I'm just going to spend the night here, and then the load that I have goes to some small town in Indiana. So the name of the little town in Indiana is Cuyahoga, something like that. I'd never heard of it. I looked it up, on the GPS, and it's kind of out, I don't know, in northern Indiana, but it's kind of probably maybe somewhere in between the Chicago area and Indianapolis, but not really. It looks like it's farther west than I-65. I don't know. But in any case, the GPS will take me there. And for all I know, I may have driven past it before. It's very possible, but I just never heard of it. So just have to wait and see what they come up with after that. As far as loads go, normally I don't pull dry boxes, the crate trailers, but it happens once in a while that if they don't have a reefer trailer or reefer load available, then they will, and they have a load like this, then they will dispatch me on it. And then of course at the other end, then they'll have to have me drop the trailer possibly somewhere, or perhaps haul another dry box load before I can get back to a reefer trailer. So, but anyway, it doesn't really matter. So, but the snow, I guess it, as I say, the snow snowed for a little while, and it didn't amount to much, just a little dusting, and it seems to have stopped, at least here. And I've paid a bit of attention to any kind of weather forecast, so I don't know what's going on farther east of here. Don't know, but I do know that just looking, when I glanced at the temperatures, it's supposed to be below, well below freezing tonight, but then get above freezing. Looked like over the next several days it would be above freezing during the daytime, so whatever happens, I'll deal with it. But I kind of think that we're probably, even though I might have to, it may snow a little bit, I don't think I'm going to probably be driving in it, although I could end up being surprised. That can always happen. You never really know, but chances are that the snows that are going to happen now aren't really going to amount to much. But we'll wait and see what happens. But we're getting kind of late in the snow season at this point. So anyhow, from a cold, it is kind of cold here. I think now it's in the high 20s. And it's been kind of windy all day. So from a cold and a bit windy, it's a little bitter out there actually. Council Bluffs, Iowa. I'll catch you later.